Hi, I'm Christy. I'm the Product Marketing Manager here at Felix, and in today's Felix Fast 5, I will be talking to you about vendor tagging, which is a feature in our vendor management module. So what are vendor tags, you might ask? In Felix, critical vendor information can be summarized with the use of tags. Tags are visual cues that sit against a vendor's profile to help you to manage your vendor base more effectively. They provide a snapshot of unique business attributes or can be used for internal flagging. For example, you may wish to use tags to identify vendors that are local to a region or Indigenous owned, or you might want to use a flag if there's been a recent incident on site or if the vendor requires special payment terms, like for example, 14 days. Your vendors don't see what tags they are assigned. This is internal information for your organization only. You can add tags to a vendor by editing a vendor's profile. Once applied, they are seen in the vendor list and you can apply a filter to see vendors with the desired tag. Vendor tags are also displayed in Browse Panel, RFQ quote details, and in the approval forms. Tags can be customized to suit the requirements of your organization. They are defined with a custom icon and color so that icons can be reused when necessary or when multiple values of an attribute can be declared against a vendor. Each individual tag has a unique label and a description detailing the purpose of that tag. While an organization can assign tags in a way that best suits their business, we see that some of the most commonly used tags are for top performer, indicating that a vendor is a top performer based on previous contracts and should be prioritized. ESG screening, indicating that this vendor is environmentally sustainable. High, medium, or low risk to modern slavery, indicating the modern slavery risk posed by that vendor based on their questionnaire response. Female inclusion, indicating if a vendor has a high percentage of female staff and a proven track record in diversity. And Indigenous owned business, indicating if that vendor is majority Indigenous owned. Under reports, you will see an option for vendor tags. Here you can search and filter to compile a report that has been customized to suit your needs and export this information as a CSV. When you filter by tag, you will be presented with all vendors that have been assigned that tag and you can export for further consideration. You might also want to run a report of all vendor tags that your organization is using. This is done in the vendor tags report by exporting with no filters applied. Our vendor management module features an API endpoint for vendor tags. What this means is if you're using the Felix API, you can share vendor tag data with your organization's chosen third-party reporting and analytics tools, allowing you to aggregate data for further customized report. It's recommended that you adopt the following best practices so that your organization can get the most effective outcomes from using vendor tags. First of all, establish a framework to provide your organization with a structured approach to using and managing tags. Consider the types of attributes you would like to report on, what icon and color and description should be assigned to each tag, and agree on when a tag should be applied or used. This is a foundational piece that will help you ensure consistency in application, which also means accurate data. Your organization may also want to consider who has control over creating and applying tags. Ensure tags are meaningful and have a purpose for your organization. Avoid creating tags just for the sake of it. Consider what information might be derived outside Felix that you want to be flagged within Felix. For example, you might want to use a tag to highlight the financial risk level of a vendor based on an external third-party financial risk assessment. And lastly, it's recommended that organizations conduct frequent audits of tags used and tagged vendors. This can be done using the vendor tags report I mentioned earlier. If you're using a tag to flag risk measures, circumstances change where that tag might not be applicable to that vendor anymore. Conducting regular audits help with accuracy and to ensure that vendors have the suitable tags applied. Thank you, and that's it from me. I hope you have learned a little bit more about using vendor tags in Felix.